After playing his worst basketball of the season at the worst possible time, Jaylen Brown and the Celtics were sent home by the Miami Heat in Game 7 of the Eastern Conference Finals. The disappointing finish to this season leaves the Celtics front office with a difficult decision on what to do with Mr. Brown. What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Scott Procter, and you better know the deal by now. This is Procter's point of view. As always, make sure you drop a like, make sure you comment, and keep an eye out because that comment could be featured in a future video like this one right here. Maybe most importantly, make sure you subscribe and stay tuned to the end of this episode to see if you can guess today's trivia question. These Boston Celtics and the Los Angeles Lakers are tied with the most championships in the NBA with 17. But which teams in the four major sports we're talking, football, basketball, hockey, and baseball, have more championships? But to this topic here today, on the first possession of Game 7 in the Eastern Conference Finals, Celtics superstar Jayson Tatum rolled his ankle, and despite logging 42 minutes in the game, he admittedly was a shell of himself and clearly hobbled by that bum ankle with his Celtics season on the line. That allowed for Jaylen Brown to step into a bigger offensive role, one that he's shown at times that he's capable of handling. But Monday's Game 7 just wasn't one of those times. Brown, he did take the most shots of any Celtic by far, but he shot just 8 of 23 from the field and coughed up 8 turnovers to go along with his measly 19 points. It was a brutal cap to a brutal series for Mr. Brown. After averaging 24 points a game on 62% true shooting through the first 2 rounds, Jaylen Brown struggled big time against Miami in the Eastern Conference Finals, averaging just 19 points on 46% true shooting. Even worse than that, he had 24 assists to 25 turnovers for this series. As bad as Brown was, he shouldn't wholly be judged on this series alone. He still was second-team All-NBA this season, who averaged 26.7 rebounds and 3.5 assists. All of those marks are career highs for Jaylen Brown. All this series really did was highlight Brown's weaknesses and needed areas of improvement, namely his ball handling, which was taken advantage of, and his playmaking, which could have helped the Celtics even while his shot was off. But these are some worrisome weaknesses of someone who is eligible to sign a 5-year, $295 million supermax deal with the Boston Celtics this offseason. That's superstar, bona fide #1 option money. And I'm personally not sure that Jaylen Brown is that currently, or maybe ever will be that. Don't get me wrong, I expect JB to come back better from this. I expect him to continue to improve and continue to be a great NBA player. But again, that's just a lot of money to someone who will always be second fiddle to Jayson Tatum as long as those two remain in Boston. So what you do if you're Brad Stevens in the Celtics front office is you call up the Portland Trail Blazers, and not for Damian Lillard, but for Anthony Simons, who got game. Simons has shot over 40% from 3 over the last 3 seasons and averaged a career high of 21 points and 4 assists for the Blazers this past season. He's 23 years old, and he brings the type of shooting that the Celtics play style requires and the playmaking that this team really lacks. Throw in Cam Reddish from the Blazers, who still has untapped potential that could be unlocked with Boston's culture, and there's your deal. Jaylen Brown for Anthony Simons and Cam Reddish. The Celtics get another star in Simons to pair with Jayson Tatum. It would still have cap space to move around the edges. Meanwhile, the Blazers finally get Damian Lillard a real running partner in Jaylen Brown. It's a win-win if you ask me. Let me know how you're feeling about that in the comments. But before we get up out of here, back to the trivia question I posed at the top. Which teams have more championships than the Celtics and the Lakers across the 4 major sports? Here's your answer. The New York Yankees, the Montreal Canadiens, and the Toronto Argonauts. Let me know if you got that right in the comments. But until then, make sure you stay tuned to tomorrow's episode where we talk a little bit about the New Orleans Saints and a guest that they had recently at practice who might raise some eyebrows. But until next Procter's point of view, for your boy Scott Procter, have a good one. Thanks for watching. Feel free to check out our other videos and don't forget to smack that subscribe button down below while you're at it. Also, for more great and original content, head right over to bbmsports.com.